Elemental, the brand new Pixar film, and this movie. Like, look, Pixar for the last few years for me, I under the realm of Pink Doctor, who is now the CEO of Pixar, from Soul onto now. I just think his era of Pixar at this point, it's just good. It's just been good so far. There isn't, from Soul to Luca to Turning Red to Lightyear. Lightyear was just a disappointment because for me, the first 30 minutes was spectacular, and then the ending happened, and I was like, look, I don't understand why this kid Andy would beg his mom to buy the toy version of this movie. I don't get it. Please explain. But of those royal films I mentioned, I'm like, they're fine. But fine is not at the same level that we used from Pixar. We're used to them making Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're used to them making Monsters, Inc. We're used to them making Incredibles 1 and 2. We're, used to them making Ratatouille, and them making Finding Nemo and Finding Dory. We're used to them making spectacular films. And we're just getting nothing but good. No Oscar winners kind of thing. But with Elemental, I'm still looking forward to a Pixar film. That's the thing. Even though I'm getting good, and good is good, I'm still looking forward to a Pixar film. And I will say this. This film is another good film. It's not great, but it's good. The biggest problem of it is look, it's a romantic comedy. That's what it is. This movie is nothing but a love story between two people who live in who are having an issue to combine each other, you may say, because one is made out of fire, which is Amber, and Wade, who's made out of water. And they want to explore certain themes after the film that explore that aspect of things of two elements falling in love with each other, and lines like, two elements cannot touch each other and all that. I mean, clearly they're trying to hint racism. There's certain lines where you five people go back where you came from. There are those lines out there. But the problem I have with this movie is that it feels so glued to the romantic comedy structure that anything that you want to explore out through this film, it kind of just gets touched or kind of gets thrown away. Or then it immediately comes back, and it kind of just feels like they're like, wait, we're talking about this now. Or, we're focusing on this now. Like, the story between the two characters is nice, and you can feel the love. You can feel the love tonight with the two characters. But everything else around it just doesn't work for me. Like, they talk about the racism, but they don't really go anywhere with it. They start talking about this water dam that might flood the fire section of Element City, but it feels like it's just tacked on. They having this story of Amber taking care of the family business after her dad's retired, and how she feels like she wants to be a good daughter, which I'm like, okay, that's a story, let's tack on to that. But it kind of just gets touched on. It feels like, we're like, oh yeah, we need to wrap this story up as well before the movie ends, before the credit rolls. It just feels like they don't know, outside of the main story itself, which is Amber and Wade falling in love, and have the boy meets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets back with girl, kind of, template, that layout. It just doesn't, everything else just doesn't click with it, really. Like, there's even a point where I'm like, okay, this is getting dragged on too much. Which is, Amber wants to see this flower that can never be burnt, even from fire. She never got to because of racism. Um, and she gets to. I'm like, yeah. And we find out the origins of her anger is because she never saw it as a kid, which I felt that was piss weak. That's a weak reason for someone to have so much anger, because she spears a little bit. Again, it's racism. I get you, but she just didn't get to see a flower. Okay, I think we get it. And there's some jokes that don't work, or if they work at the beginning, it just gets too old. Like how water people are so emotional because they're made out of water, so they can't help but like anything like slightly cute or slightly sad or they just start bursting out with love, like anime level, like teardrops getting pewing out of the out of their eyes. And I was like, how many times are they going to play this joke? Some jokes are quite obvious, like, Wade, trying to make accidentally saying, "Oh, you're hot," and Emma's like, "Excuse me." I mean, I don't mean you're hot. I mean, your voice thing. I mean, you're burning out. I mean, like, yeah, please don't cancel me. Like, it feel those jokes is as easy to write. I felt like it wasn't really pushing. It wasn't trying to be edgy, or even like trying to make the edgy joke of like, oh, now Emma's mom and dad have some time for hanky panky, if you know what I mean. And I'm like, really? That's your sex joke? Or even if they find a way to put ass in a Pixar film, which is like, if you all just, because right now you're sitting on your ass all day. I'm like, okay. Okay, that's a bit clever. I do like how they merge all the elements together. I do love how they merge all the, and how they create the create aspects of things towards the, with the different elements. I do like that. I do like seeing how like water people live, which is basically a big ass pool. They basically live in one big ass pool. I do like that. But yeah, it's just another good one. I even saw the trailer for like the new one that's coming out next year called Milo. And I'm just like, really? Is this next one? I mean, after that it's Inside Out 2, but I mean, really? Just Jimmy Neutron again? A little kid fooling aliens? He's able. Yeah, I saw the trailer for that. I wasn't really impressed with that one, but yeah, I just like I'm waiting for Pixar to be great again. I'm waiting for Pixar to be that great, that great Pixar movie that we all know it can be, and it just kind of sucks that we haven't got that yet again. So yeah, I got one more movie this week to cover, which is on Netflix. So I got a little bit of money to save, which is Distraction. But the next one is Distraction 2. But the next film that I will go to the cinema and talk about is the Wajikami No Hard Feelings, which will come maybe on the Wednesday, so Tuesday, and maybe on the Thursday, Wednesday. Depends where you live. So stay tuned when that happens.